Podcasting for the verbal communicator. Every one of us in this room wants to public speak. But who are we going to public speak for if we don't have a list of clients, customers, people that we can reach out to and who are going to reach out to us to hire us? Podcasting is one way to build an audience. As we go along, you will find that podcasting offers more than just the podcast as a way to market yourself. It will offer you a lot of other possibilities and perhaps make a living from podcasting, because there's people out there doing very well in podcasting. Let me give you a little background. Podcasting started in 2000. It's only 15 years old. It started with a thing called the iGo 2 and an MP3, which is a type of an audio file. But it really took off with Steve Jobs and the iPod. Pod stands for play on demand, and the casting part was for broadcasting. Put them together, you got podcast. Apple, in fact, thought and believes they own the word podcasting, and they've sued people up till about 2005 and 6 who were using the word podcasting. There's 50 million Americans who listen to podcasts. 10% of Americans listen to more than 6 podcasts a week. A podcast is real simple. You can go to a website, click a button, and it'll play. Or it can download to your smartphone or automatically download to whatever device you subscribe it to. My podcast comes out every Tuesday morning. It automatically shows up on my iPhone or any other device. Speaking of iPhones, because Steve Jobs promoted this, and the iPod was where it started, Apple used and put on every iPhone an application. It's that little purple thing up there. That's the podcasting app, and it comes with an iPhone. So every iPhone user opens their phone and they see this thing almost every day. And so it has sunk in that, hey, maybe I should try this. Hence, there's 5 times more podcast listeners coming through an iPhone and iDevices than there are through other systems. However, Google Play Music will be starting to host podcasts, and they will be offering podcasts to the United States first. And if you're a Libsyn person, and I'll get in that a little bit, you can now hook your podcast up to their service. There are 1 billion Android phones in the world. 1 billion. If we start getting a little bit of that market, I think 50 million is going to be way past history and things are just going to really move. So I think it's going to be really explosive. Also, Bluetooth devices in cars is changing podcast listening. People get in their car, turn on their phone, boom, you listen to the podcast instead of turning on the radio, turning on a CD.